Hey, it's your girl Shay Shay. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time, and welcome back if you've been here before. Popular looksmaxxing creator Brayton Peters, aka Clavicular, has spoken out after being hospitalized in Miami following what has been widely reported as a suspected overdose. According to early reports and accounts from people present, he was later taken to hospital for treatment in a private vehicle. Since then, Clavicular has reappeared online and addressed the situation, describing the experience as brutal and reflecting on what led up to that moment. But what's really caused the story to spread online isn't just the incident itself, it's the fact that people watched the escalation unfold live. And now we're trying to make sense of how it reached that point in the first place. So before we get into the reactions and the wider discourse around it, we need to break down exactly how his content, his live stream, and the situation itself all escalated. Let's talk about it. Disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Don't take anything said here too seriously. It's just jokes, gossip, and opinions. Please relax and enjoy the video.
Everything presented in this video is alleged. I'm only spreading the word on the curb, and in no way am giving my personal opinion.
So to understand how this even got to that point, you have to look at the kind of content he was already known for before any of this happened. Clav didn't just come up off a normal self-improvement content. He built his entire platform around an extreme version of looksmaxxing, where the goal isn't just to look better, but to completely re-engineer your appearance. And that includes things that go way beyond what most people would consider normal or even safe. These include, but not limited to, promoting anabolic steroids from a very young age, experimenting with testosterone as a teenager, encouraging the use of substances to stay lean or suppress appetite, and most notably what's called bone smashing. Literally hitting parts of your face like your jaw with a hammer in the belief that it will grow back stronger and more defined, child. He also built a community around this where he would coach people on how to ascend, basically turning your body into a project that needs to be constantly pushed further. And the more extreme the method, the more attention it got, because this kind of content doesn't stay niche. Let's be real, a lot of people are watching him because they find it absolutely ridiculous that somebody would be walking down the street smashing their face with a hammer and thinking that this is normal. But also some people do genuinely internalize the message and decide that this is what they want to do to try and look better so they have more success in these streets. And while his channel was getting bigger and bigger every day, there were signs of instability in the way he approached all of this. Openly talking about substance use, framing extreme behavior as discipline, pushing the idea that your natural body is something you have to fix at any cost. But at this point, it wasn't really about self-improvement anymore. It was about pushing limits and being rewarded for it. And that's the environment that live stream happens in. And at some point, this stops being entertainment and starts being a real risk to someone's health and even their life. Now, I'm just going to warn you now, I am about to show footage of the actual incident, so if you are squeamish or you simply don't want to watch, I suggest that you skip to the time that's on screen right now.
How do you feel? When did you last take blues? You want natty? You want natty? You want an natty?
And what people need to understand is that during the stream itself, there was already clear evidence something was wrong. He was visibly disorientated, slurring his words, repeating himself, and at one point telling a woman he was speaking to that he was, and I quote, "I'm trying my best, but I'm blinking destroyed right now." There's also confusion from the people around him, with questions being asked about what he had taken and whether he was okay to continue. But what really became the center of conversation wasn't just the live stream itself, it was what he said after. Not long after being discharged from hospital, Clavicular posted an update describing the situation as brutal. In that post, he admitted that he had been using substances as a way of coping with social situations, saying it was an attempt to feel, and I quote, neurotypical while being in public, but also acknowledging that it wasn't a real solution, allegedly. And as of the time of recording, we are yet to see the fallout from this whole situation, but there's already a lot of people saying that this could be the downfall of his career. Although it doesn't necessarily allegedly seem like he's going to change courses anytime soon, because he did say that the worst part of tonight, and I quote, was my face descending from life support mask. And when somebody told him to just autist max in public, who gives AF what others think, he replied, if I wasn't a live streamer, I'd agree with you. But we are yet to see what's going to happen next. Once the live stream and aftermath started circulating, the general reaction online split into a few very specific camps. First was shock, but not just at the incident itself, more at how openly visible it was in real time. People weren't reacting to a clip taken out of context or anything like that. They were watching a man go unconscious in real time for the most part, which obviously can be very scary to watch. A second major reaction was criticism of the environment around him. Many people focused on how normalized the situation seemed from the start of the stream and the way that the people around him didn't really seem to have his back, according to the internet. But third, there was also a lot of people who did feel like when looking at his past own statements and content, because Clavicular himself has repeatedly framed the use of substances as part of his looksmaxxing and appearance-first mindset, and that has come at the cost of his health. And so people did feel like him suffering the consequences in such a serious way was a natural conclusion, an escalation of his practices. Some people took it a step further and decided that the best thing they could do was start to make jokes online, which frankly is to be expected. This is the internet. Whatever happens, people aren't going to take it seriously. But please tell me, what was your reaction to learning about this whole situation down in the comment section down below. So the question now isn't what happened, it's what happens next, because moments like this don't automatically lead to change, especially not online. On one side, there's a possibility that this becomes a real turning point. He's already acknowledged what happened, he's been through a serious situation, and this is the kind of moment where people step back, reassess, and actually change how they move going forward. But at the same time, there's another reality, because the same environment that led to this, the attention, the extreme content, and the audience engagement, they're still there. And online, there's always pressure to come back, to post again, to explain, to prove you're fine, and to carry on as if nothing had happened. And that's where it gets complicated, because if the core mindset doesn't change, the idea that appearance comes first, no matter the cost, then things are bound to repeat. Maybe not immediately, maybe not today, maybe not next week, but eventually things will go back to how they were. Then this doesn't really become an ending, it just becomes part of the story. And we've already seen how quickly things can escalate when that mindset is rewarded. So what happens next really depends on one thing, whether this was a moment that interrupts the pattern or just another step in it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please leave all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below, and leave a like if you've enjoyed this content so far. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Shay out.